Hey everybody, it's DayTraderRockStar, and this is a market radar for the week of May 15th. I want to do a fast little video. I got to get the radars out. They usually go out on the Friday, like today, and for the next week, and they're usually added to the HPS watch list or separately. But this, I want to try to make them more direct, more precise, not to spend so much time, but to pretty much give you anything important that is showing up on the charts. Now, the market, just to go into this, market has been very, very sideways. For me, I do believe it's a nervous energy that the market has. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. If you hear me on the radio or hear me on day trading radio, then you know that we have to deal with this every day. This FBI, the president, the situation, Democrats, Republicans, just a lot of distractions. All of a sudden, the tax plan is kind of like pushed in the background. Everyone's just focused on what's going on right now in the news, and the market's been reacting to that. If we look at that 60-minute time frame, you can see even go out at the beginning of May, it's just been going sideways. I mean, it has not been a pretty sight. We've been doing pretty good. I mean, the stocks we've been seeing for this past week, we got out of our Newell Rubbermaid, which we got a nice pop out of, and that was a nice setup, and that was based off of some insider buyers we got into when we had our cocktail and candlestick show on Wednesday nights. And you can see where that one ended up. And then we scalped C's a few times, and that was a nice candlestick reversal. So things worked out pretty good. We're in a lot, I'm still in some pretty decent positions, but nothing else is really moving where we want to take profits or take it off the table. So the purpose of this video is to kind of raise a red flag. I ended up buying some more puts today in the market, just going out to next week. A little protection for next week. For some reason, things were just kind of a little nervous energy that was picking up. I do see that daily stochastic starting to roll over. It looks strong. The market overall looks strong, and I do have a long-term, outlook here that's definitely much higher than where we are. But we have to deal with the scenarios that play out on the other time frames too. So this is starting to turn over, but it doesn't look bad at all. We're still above the 20-period moving average, and we're right off the highs, and that's just a great sign of strength. Now, it does leave a lot of space down here we could come down to and still be very healthy in the market. So the market seems to be kind of waiting for something. I'm just afraid that we might get some other news that kind of just triggers a little selling, and then we move back up. It's just something. So I ended up taking some puts into next week, May 19, 239s, SPY puts, just to let you know. And I have some 238s too, which are a little aggressive. So this is what I want to point out today, and the purpose of this video. There is the possibility of a potential weekly divergence, sell-side divergence. We already made our weekly highs, all right, on the S&P. We started moving above 80 on this, and when I deal with divergences, I deal with my lane divergence, stochastic lane divergence, named after George Lane. And we don't get to, focus on the weekly chart as much, very rarely, But there is the potential here, because we are making, for whatever reason, we did get some downward momentum when we shifted here on a weekly chart. It would be a nice, big weekly sell-side divergence, which could lead to a little bit more downside. But that hasn't happened yet. Just saying there is a potential there, but it hasn't happened. This could easily rotate back up, and this is going to continue to push back up. Just kind of keep your eye on that. Everything else looks, like I said, looks like the market wants to, if it holds this level and there's no news, I think we move higher. I think if there's news, we don't know what's coming out. Like I said on today's HPS watch list video, I said it's kind of a surreal situation we're playing in. We're dealing with things it's just crazy news out there when it comes to the political side of things. And then, of course, we have other possible black swan events out there that kind of could tip the market down for a while. Korea, China relationships, and some other things going on. So that's what we have going for it. But you know what? Good setups going into next week. If you want to get those, get on the HPS watch list for members of Day Trading Radio. And until then, we'll see you Sunday night if any news breaks. Of course, we're broadcast the futures over Sunday night period, Sunday to Monday, and then we are live on the radio from 8 o'clock till the end of the week, every day, 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. All right, so I'll see you in the markets, and watch out for that weekly divergence if it plays out.